you guys, and thanks for tuning in to ET Live. I am Katie Krause, and younger fans, rejoice! The season 5 finale is tonight. Charles Michael Davis is here. I have so many questions for you, but I know that you guys must have questions too, so make sure that you send them in right now. I'm going to get them right here on this iPad. I kind of want to jump right in with a clip.
Okay.
And I want your reaction to it. Let's roll it.
Just mentioned a capital letters party that Joe Biden is throwing in D.C. tomorrow. Kelsey, how could you not inform me of this?
Actually, it's the first I'm hearing about it myself.
Oh, why so out of the loop? I thought you talked to your authors, Kelsey.
We need someone there.
Did something happen between you and your writer? I thought you two had quite the tight relationship. I'm happy to go to D.C.
It's my book. I'll be there. I'm sure it's a private party that he felt didn't need mentioning.
Still, it's all very strange, Peters.
Well, private or not, I'm getting a press release out about this immediately.
Zane and Kelsey, that relationship is one of my favorites to watch. Explain what's going on in that clip.
We're a bit competitive. For some fans watching, you know, there's a little bit of a love triangle.
Yeah.
And Kelsey made the mistake of getting involved with another coworker, with Jake. And Zane told her that it would probably come back to bite her in the ass. But but she didn't really heed his advice, and so this is the situation that she's in now. So he's just picking up on it there and kind of poking at her in public.
But it seems like Zane has developed real feelings for Kelsey.
Yeah.
Is that more of a case of, oh, he wants what he shouldn't have, or is it a case of, you know, he really does like this girl?
I think he finally met a girl that he really likes, but before her, it was all about career. And so now here's that balance. And so now he's kind of got to face that. And, you know, I think you'll see there's a surprise in tonight's episode that will, I think, help push that forward.
With Zane and Kelsey?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you make of that relationship? Do you think it's a good idea?
The relationship is a good idea? I think it's...
I mean, as coworkers.
As coworkers, yeah, they want the best for each other. They push each other. They kind of sharpen each other, and by doing that, it's good for the authors that they represent, especially in a seemingly dying field like publication.
Sure.
Yeah.
What about romance-wise? Is it a good idea?
You know, that's a funny thing. Somebody asked a question before, like, where do you see Zane and Kelsey?
Yeah.
And we just said, we looked at each other in the interview, and we're like, that they could just be friends. And somebody goes, you don't think they'll be married? I was like, that thought never crossed my mind that these two would be that compatible for marriage. I think romantically there's a nice fire there with the competitiveness, but I think...
Well, and they challenge each other, it seems like.
Yeah.
Which is what I think people like to watch. How would you describe tonight's finale?
Surprising. A lot of surprises.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other romance twists that we're going to see? Maybe Liza and Charles?
Oh, yeah. But nothing I can give away.
Come on.
But yeah, there's definitely some developments with Liza and Charles.
Okay.
I think just as shocking as the opener was for season 5, the finale would be just as shocking.
How are fans going to feel at the end after we see all those surprises?
Like they can't wait to watch season 6. I think after every episode, and you're a fan of the show, I know.
I love the show, can you tell?
Yeah.
Guys, fun fact, he actually brought me a shirt with all the characters, the female characters' names on it.
Yeah, that was actually Robin out there, and PR for Younger, they're great. But after every show, you end up feeling good. You know, most people that I talk to, you know, it's one of the shows that afterwards you always just feel a little bit better.
Yeah, and then you can't wait for next week.
Yeah.
And how long are we going to have to wait for season 6?
Ooh, don't hold your breath too long. You might, no. And not that long. We usually start shooting like February, March of each year, and then come back and air by June, I believe.
Okay, so next summer we'll have it.
Yeah.
What do you want to see? Darren Star confirmed that you're going to be back for season 6. What do you want to see Zane accomplish?
Well, I'd like to see him, catch a break. He hasn't really caught a break with any of his authors, right?
Right.
There's
well,
a scandal.
Empirical, it's been hard for him.
Yeah. So I'd like to see him kind of, you know, find his own lane so he can really move forward with his career and with life. And see what develops with Kelsey.
With Kelsey,
yeah.
It's so fun to see Hilary Duff pregnant. How excited are you for her?
Oh, wow. I remember when she told me, you know, we were all sitting together, and she was like, guys, you know, we shot this promo, and we were in bumper cars, and when I was saying, don't bump me, in the cars for a specific reason. She goes, at the time, she's like, I'm 3 months pregnant.
That's how she told you guys?
Yeah.
Was everyone shocked?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We were all kind of this whole, piecing it together and just so happy for her.
What was your favorite way that she had to hide the bump while shooting?
She was only 3 months, so she wasn't like showing too much. I don't know. She looks great in everything that she wears.
She looks amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. So she didn't really have to hide it. She's got all these beautiful other qualities that are so distracting.
That's what it is.
Like that.
We have a question from Danielle over on YouTube. Is Charles ever going to be a guest on Legacies as it returns? We were talking about this. Legacies is, of course, the spinoff of the originals.
Yeah.
The character did survive in the finale.
Yeah, and he did promise to always be there if ever she needs. So if Hope ever gets into a bind, then I think Marcel will be there.
Okay. What did you make of the finale? People were a little bit divided.
Oh, I know.
Did you feel that?
Yeah, I was like, why does Elijah have to kill himself too?
Yeah.
I was a little divided, but all good things have to come to an end. So I thought it was a very emotional episode, though, for sure.
Yeah.
I thought the writers did a great job.
Did you steal anything from set?
I did.
What'd you take?
I did. I took the boot. What didn't I take? I took boots. I took jacket. I took.
Yes. It's funny because Daniel Gillies told us the same thing. He took all of his suits. He's like, they were made for me. Who else is going to wear them?
That's true. I even took one of Daniel's jackets.
Does he know?
Yeah. Because I wore it in front of him.
Okay.
He's like, that's a good jacket. I go, it's yours. You should know.
Are you still in touch with the cast at all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw Daniel Campbell when I was in New York. I saw Daniel Gillies as well, and we did a little convention in Atlanta. Yeah.
Okay. What do you make of the fandom? I mean, there's two completely different fandoms between the originals and then younger, right?
There is, and there's a crossover. Even at a convention for the originals, I got a lot of people that said they were huge fans of younger, and now I'll get approached by people on the street where before I used to just assume that they were originals fans, and they'll go, I love the show, I can't wait, there's only 2 more episodes. Or they'll say, I love the show, and I'll go, I'm like, which one?
You're like,
I'm
which
so
one?
popular right now. But what I notice is that it leaves a good feeling for all of them so much that they feel that they, want to come up and say how much they really enjoy the show.
Yeah.
And that's something special where you don't get with, every show.
Totally.
Yeah.
Going back to Hillary's pregnancy really fast, was there ever a conversation about writing it into the show?
No, like she's having Zane's baby, or
maybe.
is it Devereaux's?
Well, you said there's a love triangle, so.
Yeah. Not that I know of. I wasn't a part of any. I wasn't privy to any of that, or heard anything about making that a part of the show. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you talked to Darren at all about season 6? Like, do you know where things are going?
I don't know. I know, they got to get started on that storyline, because they got to, get everything in, all the ducks in order. And it's one of the things that I talked to them about last year's storyline. How do they figure out? They have some ideas in LA. They're sitting in a writer's room in LA. Then current events happen between that time.
Sure.
And then they go back to New York. So they retool everything.
Oh, wow.
As things go along.
Well, it was interesting that they did the whole Reese Witherspoon sort of storyline. Has Reese reached out to you guys at all? Is she aware?
I don't know. We asked about that because we thought, could you get in trouble with that?
Yeah.
And you go, oh, it's Darren Star. He's
He's probably fine with that.
He's not only fine with it, but I'm sure he finds his ways. Like he's thorough about everything, and we wouldn't do anything to get into trouble.
I'm waiting for that Reese cameo.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Reese, if you're watching, we'd love to see you on Younger. Please slide in our DMs.
Reese likes ET. She could very well be watching. We don't know.
So, yeah.
Yeah. What kind of series or books do you want to see Zane take on in season 6? I mean, we had the whole sort of Game of Thrones-esque series. We have the political book.
I want to see him do nonfiction.
Nonfiction.
Nonfiction, self-help.
Maybe a dating book?
Yeah, exactly, yes.
That would be amazing.
And
it's him and Kelsey together.
Yeah.
We can write the show for you guys.
I actually like that. I really like that. Yeah.
You should pitch that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will. Hold on. Let me just call Darren.
Speaking of romance, we were scrolling through your Instagram. Your girlfriend is stunning.
Oh, thank you.
How long is this serious?
Yeah, I mean, when I was in New York, one of the great things about being in New York, a blessing and shooting the show there was I met her. Yeah, and she's actually, I'm out here in LA.
Okay.
Yeah, and so, yeah, we're together.
Yeah? How long has it been?
It's very new, though. Yeah, it's been a few months.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is it about the relationship that makes it work, do you think?
I think it's that she's, she's just pretty grounded, and especially when it comes to relationship. I think the current culture today, it's like it is a hookup culture, and I think that makes you lose sight of really wanting to fall in love and have somebody,
Mm-hmm.
And that was one thing that I noticed when I first met her, and so it made it very easy to really just like snatch her up and commit to her and be like, you're my girlfriend.
Yeah. You guys make a beautiful couple.
Oh, thank you.
A couple more questions from you guys, and we're going to wrap up soon, so if you have any, send them in right now. Kara over on YouTube says, how did you feel playing a vampire in originals to the character in this, meaning younger, I think?
Well, when I first got on the originals, I pitched this idea that my character gets to wear suits, and they go, well, clearly you haven't been watching the show because Daniel Gillies' character always wears suits.
Yep.
So then when I got over to younger, and I was in nothing but suits, and being in New York, they put me in like a Dolce & Gabbana suit or a Gucci.
The fashion on that show is amazing.
Yeah, it's sick. So that was one of the differences was, just being able to wear a suit and embody that character.
Yeah.
The character carried himself in had a different kind of swagger.
Yeah. Okay.
And I didn't bite people. That's the only other difference.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
I'm sure the cast of Younger appreciates that. I'm sure Hillary Duff appreciates that. Tanya says, what actor do you most want to work with?
Denzel Washington. Yeah.
Have you met him?
I only seen him in passing, and I froze.
You didn't know what to say?
I didn't know what to say.
You got to figure that out for next time.
Yeah. But another actor who's doing very well right now is actually in a film with Denzel Washington, Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
From Game of Thrones. Yeah. We'd actually both auditioned for the role of Marcel.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say you auditioned for Game of Thrones.
No. But he's doing all right. So.
Yeah.
But he's such a tremendous actor and such a cool dude. I'd love to work with him.
Totally. Yeah. One of my favorite questions to ask people, do you remember the first audition that you went out for?
I do, because I'd actually, the first television audition, because I had actually booked it.
You booked your first audition?
Yeah.
Guys,
it was
come on.
2 months in.
What was it?
It's a little co-star role on That's So Raven.
Stop.
And I'm not even recognizable. I have this hair that's out to here, like a little Bruno Mars kind of hairdo. Yeah, it's real funny.
That's hilarious.
Years ago.
Do you still talk to Raven?
No, I haven't. No.
Okay.
No, I haven't had crossed paths with her.
Yeah. Well, the show's still doing well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then, what about a role that you went out for that you didn't get? That you were like, oh man.
There wasn't any roles that I was like, oh man, because usually when I see the person that they cast, I'm like, no, they're pretty perfect for it.
Yeah.
But there's some that I would have been excited to kind of be a part of. Like I was actually a fan of the Divergent series.
So good.
Shailene, yeah.
Yeah.
So
you auditioned for that?
Yeah, there's a part that I read for.
way.
Yeah. It wasn't that big of a part at the time, but yeah, it would have been fun to be a part of it. Yeah.
I read those books.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Have you read it?
I like reading, you guys. Anyways, before we wrap up, let fans know why they should tune in to the finale tonight on TV Land.
Because you're going to be disappointed because everyone's going to be talking about it the next day. So if you don't watch it tonight live, you're going to get a lot of spoilers.
Spoilers. Yeah.
Spoils.
So watch it tonight.
Yeah. So
on
watch
TV
it tonight.
Land,
Yep.
season 5 premiere of Younger. Thank you so much for being here and
Thanks
for
for having
talking
me.
and for being so open with us. You guys make sure to tune in to the season 5 finale of Younger tonight on TV Land, and make sure that you keep up with Charles Michael Davis on all things social media. He's on Instagram, he's on Twitter, and
I'm not on Twitter. If anybody
not
hits
on
you up on
Twitter?
Twitter for money, it's not me.
it's not really you.
Or Facebook. Don't respond to those
Why don't
people.
you tweet?
This is not my jam.
I read a fake Twitter today.
Yeah, you did.
Setting the record straight. Well, thank you guys so much, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks.